some more soil. Top dress it a little. Hey, welcome back. Thank you so much for wanting to hang out and plant some propagations with me. So a few months back, I cut some mother plants up. I mean, it was kind of sad at the time, but hey, now they have grown their own roots and their own lifestyles, and they've just become their own plants. So one in particular that I'm gonna be planting with you today is our Ficus. This is a variegated Ficus. Beautiful. And look at this. The roots. Oh yeah, that's what you're here for. You're here to check out what kind of roots and how long did this take. I want to say like 2 months, about 2 months. And you just change the water from time to time and put it in a brightly lit spot. Voila, you'll get yourself a free plant from a mother plant. I'm gonna grab the mother plant to show you. Here's our mother plant that I cut up. So pretty. So hopefully the new baby will have similar genes while it's making its own lifestyle. All right, the next plant that we're going to be planting today is some Sansevieria. So I have a few different types of Sansevieria in here, and I have another Ficus. We're gonna try to plant the Ficus. You know what, for some reason, it has not been giving me any roots for the last 2 months, so I might actually cut it a little shorter and start over. So we're not gonna focus on that one, but look at my beautiful Sansevierias. I did just change the water for video purposes, but look at the roots. Awesome. So this is a pretty rare Sansevieria. I can never say the name. So Sayuri, something like that. And then also just a basic one that was falling off that I'm like, I think my daughter ripped it off. So I'm like, I gotta put this baby in water and give it some life. I think this one doesn't really have much roots. Oh, it does, awesome. Good news here. So my focus today is going to be to give this one its own pot, as well as put these with us, what's the word I'm looking for? Wow, look at that, there's roots on the side. Huh, interesting. I'm probably gonna have to put that a little deep. But I'm going to put this Sansevieria with a previous propagation that already has a whole life of its own. It's actually also back there. I should show that one to you too, shouldn't I? Hold on one second. So here is the other Sansevieria, Zeylanica. This was the 2 original cuttings that this is before I really understood how to cut them up, but this is all the new growth that came from that cutting. So I'm actually gonna add to this one because I think it looks too empty. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, there's gonna be a few things that we need to gather right away. So you will need to see some peat moss right there. I have some regular indoor potting mix down below, as well as some perlite. So the reason I'm gonna throw out some varieties here, it just depends on the type of plant that you're planting and how much drainage you want it to have. So the plant will honestly survive in any type of potting soil you give it, but it will thrive if you give it the right type of potting soil. So for more cactus-like plants or ones that are more drought tolerant, you could do quite a bit less potting soil and more of this perlite and peat moss, since it's going to be there for a while. But I do have some nursery pots that I'm going to be planting. We're gonna start with this Ficus. Take my nursery pot with a cute cover pot on it, and I'm gonna put a little bit of potting mix into it. So I have a handy dandy spoon, since I'm not dealing with too much dirt today or too much soil. So first I'm gonna be doing a little bit of just regular potting mix, just maybe 1/4 down, maybe a little less than 1/4. And then we're gonna add some perlite, as well as some peat moss. Okay. I'm gonna mix them all together within this nursery pot, just like, I don't know, baking bread or baking some dry goods, putting it together, making a nice concoction there. And then I'm gonna add more potting mix. So because the Ficus is more of like a tree form, I will put the soil to the top. To the top. Harry, I made it to the top. I think that's how it goes. All right. Oopsie, sorry for all that echoing. And here is our ficus, like I showed already, hopefully, the roots on this. So it took about 2 months. Putting it into here, I don't know, maybe just go like that. You really want it centered and in the middle. I've made the mistake of being a little sloppy with it and impatient. And you don't want to break the roots. Don't break all the hard work and all the growth that they've given you. But right in the middle there, I think that's nice. And I'm gonna even fold them up just a little to make sure I can see. And I'm gonna push in the soil a little bit. All right, it's already looking swell. And I will add some more potting soil. You can't even see that, sorry about that, but here's our final product so far. And you know what, this is a little floppy, I can't lie. So, and I might just kind of take that one off. It grows from the top, so it will continue to push out new growth this way and hopefully get a little bit taller with time. So it will get new leaves. I'm just gonna take this one off because I don't like how it looks. Call it a day. Cute, that's adorable. All right, next. Moving on to our Sansevieria. So I'm gonna start with the Sansevieria Zeylanica, the one that I only have 2 cuttings from since it just broke off the plant. But like I said, I wanna add it to this previous propagation that's already living its best life in here, but it looks kind of empty. And I was of course hoping new growth would come from the sides that are still empty, but thought why not just plop these in there, see if it will accept new friends. So let's do it. So what I want to do, and I'm actually gonna just do that with the back of the spoon, is I'm just gonna dig a little bit, loosen up the soil that's already in there. Yeah, you don't need to see me while I do that, but so I loosened it up just where I want it to be. And I'm also checking to make sure no new growth is coming in there. They do start growing, they do grow from the soil. And then we're going to add it in. I do want it actually quite a bit deeper, just because it's, I don't know, I feel like it'll be a little bit more secure the further down it goes. And I don't want to see those roots. And this one's interesting because there's roots already growing up here. So I want to see if I could get it as deep as I can and cover all of these roots. We'll see. This is just propagating, right? It's always an experiment. Ooh, do I have room for you? Oh, hopefully you could see a little something. So that's how it's theoretically going to look. Now I'm going to pat it down and add some more soil. Top dress it a little. Oh, it looks nice. I'm gonna be way happier with this now. They might not all make it, but I'm hopeful since Sansevierias are so easy. I just will pay extra attention to these for the next few weeks, watering them here and there. This is from the previous one. Let's not waste water. Just wanna give this a little extra water to get your life started. They grew up in water, so you will want to continue to water it kind of significantly or more than you usually would for a Sansevieria until it acclimates to living in soil. New environment. Ooh, it looks great. Next, we have my rare Sansevieria. So this will be my second time propagating it. So I do have the mother plant, I think I've said this before, but in my daughter's nursery, and I love it so much. It was super expensive and I just wanted more of it. So every time I was cutting it up a little bit, I was putting it into separate pots, and now this will be my 3rd pot. So I'll show you some videos of the other growth that it has and the other lives it's living, but hey, maybe I can send it your way and you'll like it too. So, and I did wash them too. So the roots were getting a little yucky, living in water for so long. These are maybe like 2 months old as well. So I did kind of clean them up a little bit. It looks nice. They look real good. Oh, I forgot I had one more of these. I could plop this one back in there in a moment, but look at this. So exciting. It almost looks like celery now that I'm thinking about it. One person says it looks like celery, the other says it looks super beautiful. To me, it looks like beautiful celery. All right, healthy roots. They're not perfect, so I see that this probably is not good news, but I'm still gonna plant it and make it happen. And I did start planting into a smaller pot. That's just not gonna work. So decided we'd move on to this one since it needs a little bit more room. So I'm just gonna pour my previous one into here. Oh yeah, that fits way better. It is going to acclimate to this space a little bit nicer. And yeah, they can be pretty root bound. I just want to give them some room to breathe. Since they're coming from water, they're going to want a little extra room from each other, I think. What do I know? And then I'm going to, ooh, see, I need a third hand. Let's go back here. Oh, this is the ultimate task. I have such shaky hands. Ooh, proud of that one. Yeah, so you want them to get deep down in there so they're stable. So if wind were to blow, they wouldn't fall over. Hence why you want a little bit more potting mix than the peat moss, because the peat moss is so light. The potting mix will have a little bit more dirt in it. So ideally you probably want to buy dirt or soil, you want to buy peat moss, and you want to buy perlite separately. I just didn't have the option at my store. So I'm like, okay, well, potting mix it is. Okay, this is looking good. I'm loving it. Oh, so exciting. Oh no. Okay, well, it needs a little bit more stability, clearly. I'm just gonna pour it in here because it's just not gonna work for me. Right, just a little bit more. So I will just be pushing the soil to support it on the outside. And you don't want to push your soil down too hard. Your roots need some room to breathe. But in this case, this potting mix is so light that it's not too soil heavy in general, because it's just meant for better draining medium or media, I think it is. There it goes. I think it looks better. Okay, let's see. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. This one's a little droopy, but hey, that's how it was created. So I'm just going to maybe adjust it just a tad. Maybe even cut it down. No, I don't know what to do with it. I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for the Sansevieria. I can't let it go to waste. Hey, not too bad. How does that look for you guys? More will come out of it. It doesn't start off beautiful, but it's close. It's already really pretty to me. Wonderful. And then you know what? I want to actually even do this ficus here in a second, even though it doesn't have any roots. Let's just see how it goes. Oh yeah, I'm gonna water this for us too. From the water it was living in. Ta-da! And then we're gonna go on to this guy. Cut it. We're gonna actually just try to put it right in soil without roots. Have any of you ever been successful with that? I don't know. I'm gonna try it out. I have a ton of these, so I'm not as worried. And you know what? Shorter will be cuter for this one too. Nice starting point. Rooting hormone is a huge, a huge indication that it will survive, but I don't have any rooting hormone, so we're just gonna go with the way you were created. Let's see how you do. I'll pay extra attention to it. Put it in an area I visit often, make sure I water it consistently, and then I'm watching it and giving it fertilizer, just helping it acclimate, because I do love it. I love ficuses too. So all these plants that I'm propagating are so easy to propagate. They're easy to take care of. I love easy care plants. I don't need more divas in my life. So this is very encouraging to even think about that. Like, hey, I think you're gonna make it. I believe you're gonna make it. Everything will turn out okay. That's what we gotta tell ourselves. Hey, it's around Christmas time or Hanukkah, whatever you're celebrating these days. But you can give these as gifts. These are beautiful presents, and they took so much time and effort and are just so special and thoughtful. And people appreciate them, because I think a lot of people don't really know what type of plants to buy themselves. But if you say, hey, this is a part of my life, my family, my plants at home, and it means a lot to me, and hey, I thought of you. So very thoughtful. People love that. And hey, I love it too. Bring me some plants. I'll take some. But ta-da, I love it. This turned out really nice. Let's just hope that it continues to live without roots. Thanks for hanging out and planting some propagations with me. This isn't the end though, so I hope to see you again. I hope you have an awesome weekend. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.